Welcome back to Sunrise. We're looking at right now and focusing on the Ogoni cleanup. 2 years after the inauguration of a cleanup of Ogoni land in June 2016 by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, the question many are asking is, what is going on? When would it start? How would it start? How far would it run? The report said it would take 25 years to completely heal the land or thereabout. But there are those who believe it will take a shorter period than that. So when would it start? So that whether 25 or 3 or 1 or 10?
At least let's get started.
They say the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Okay, so the report, the UNEP report on Ogoni land, which mapped out what to do and its degraded environment, was released in August 2011 under the Goodluck administration. The UNEP report shared responsibilities amongst 4 critical stakeholders: government, multiple stakeholders, operators, and the communities, with each one of them given a specific task. Are they on ground? Have they started this bit of responsibility? Well, to help us understand what's happening in the Ogoni area and the cleanup process, we have the project coordinator, Hydrocarbon Pollution Remediation Project, Dr. Marvin Dekil. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Newta. How are you?
Well, I'm fine. And how are you?
I'm very well, too. Thank you.
Okay, so let's just hit the ground running. What's happening?
Well, let me start by thanking you for giving us the opportunity to be here. The HYPREP project is a project of the government of Nigeria under the Federal Ministry of Environment, tasked with the responsibility to implement the UN report, United Nations Environment Report on Ogoni land. It is an important project because it is the first time we are going to be doing this as a nation, and it also serves as a template that will be used to address the environmental issues in the Niger Delta region of Nigeria. So it's not just a project that is important to the Ogoni people, it is a project that is important to Nigeria, it is a project that is important to the IOCs, it is a project that is important to even the industry. So, it's important that we get it right. And the federal government under the current leadership of President Buhari visited Ogoni during his campaign, and he made a promise to the Ogoni people that if elected, he was going to implement the report. It was at 2011 when the campaign was going on, and 2015 when he visited Ogoni. Obviously, a report that was submitted in 2011 was yet to be implemented. And so he came in and started with the flag off of the project. And that followed, what followed the flag off was the setting up of the governing structures. So we had the institutions, which are the Governing Council, the Board of Trustees, as well as the Project Coordination Office in the right sequence. But the key thing is that the project, HYPREP, being under Ministry of Petroleum previously, needed to be gazetted again, so to allow for the transfer from Ministry of Petroleum to Ministry of Environment. And it also had to be structured in a way that had the multi-stakeholder input, like you stated earlier. So the IOCs had to be represented both on the Board of Trustees as well as on the Governing Council. The community had to be represented the same way. The civil society had to be represented, and of course government. And all of this was done for transparency and for durability, and also to be insulated from political transition and manipulation. So, but the key thing is that where are we now? We are at the point where we have the structures in place. We have the Project Coordination Office, which came live last year. And as soon as we came in, we now looked at the report. What does the report say? What are the things that need to be implemented? The UNEP report gives a clear set of recommendations. Recommendations to government, to the IOCs, to the community, and to all of us. So where are we? We started by looking at the recommendations that deals with emergency measures. the report was clear as to the need to provide water in the community very quickly, to do a health study to see if there's any relationship between disease pattern in these communities as well as an oil pollution. Okay, we had to also go on to deal with the technical recommendation, which has to do with actually remediating the impacted site. So,
sorry, are the results of the health assessment out yet?
Yeah, we've just started. I'm coming to where we are on each of these. Okay. So I'm still talking about the recommendations as stated. Okay. Now, so where are we? We are at the point where we have commenced the process for the water, provision of water. And how are we starting? We started by doing a mapping of existing water facilities across the 4 LGAs. We've done that. We've gone ahead to advertise, according to the government procurement laws, to advertise for the best companies, national companies, to come and submit. They made submission. We're at the point where we're evaluating to select those companies who will provide water in the region. With regards to the health aspect, we started by also doing some initial project of medical outreach. And the medical outreach served two purposes. One, it gave us the opportunity to provide medical care to the community. But the second part of it was important for us because it gave us the opportunity again to interact with the population and to take medical history of each of the people that attended. We attended to over 20,000 patients. And this is the process that we did between December last year and May this year. We did it in 2 phases. Okay. We also did about 400 surgeries during this period. Of these 20,000 people, we could tell different type of diseases that were found. And this is the initial data gathering process for the study. But the study is a far more comprehensive one. It's one that will involve international partners. It will involve the United Nations, the World Health Organization. It will involve national institutions, as well as the local hospitals. So we will need data from all of these people. And that is also still being done. We've advertised again, according to the procurement laws, for the consultants, for the institutions that will help us drive that process. But most importantly, looking at the technical aspect of it, as soon as the project coordination office was set up in April last year, we embarked on a demonstration project, a technology demonstration project. And what was this project? It was a project that allowed for companies with technology for remediation to volunteer. So we gave them portions of sites across Ogoni land, about 16 sites across the 4 LGAs, and they demonstrated their technology. We found very useful methods, technology for remediation. All of these are on our website, on our Twitter handle. Then we went ahead to look at the study as it is currently. The sites, UNEP identified about 64 sites for immediate remediation. And that was in 2011. This is 2018. Mm-hmm. So if we were to do a remediation, there is need for you to have accurate data on each of these sites. And none of these 2 sites are the same. So we needed to do some more site-specific study to tell the detail and the accurate, up-to-date information. So that required us to go back there to do some more scoping.
How many sites are those?
We are looking at 64 sites initially were there. Were identified. But the truth is that between 2011 and now, the situation on ground could never be the same, which means you are likely to get more sites because there have been more activities in these sites. And so we had to go and do this scoping.
While all of this, while all of this analysis and scoping and all of that's going on, is oil exploration still happening in that area?
Well, oil exploration in Ogoni stopped in the early 90s.
No exploration activities
not
whatsoever?
No.
No pipeline vandalism whatsoever?
Well, exploration activity by the government, it's not going on in Ogoni land. Okay? Activities by community people also at now refining, it's happening.